started. So, like I said a little bit earlier, class, we're going to get started with a shorter warm-up today. I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to get to all of our work. All right. So the first exercise I have for us is one that we don't do quite as often as we maybe could do. It's going to be our dynamic lat stretch. Okay. And with this stretch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my elbows to about 90 degrees, and then I'm going to lift my shoulders up to about shoulder height, or lift my arms up to about shoulder height. There we go. Now you see my arms are kind of in this 90-degree bend. It looks like I'm reaching my fingers up to the ceiling here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to really fluidly extend my arms back, like I'm giving somebody a high five, double-handed high five behind me, and then I'm going to come right back to the start, okay? And it's important, class, that we remember to have our palms facing each other. I'm pressing my palms together in the starting position, and then as I come down and extend my shoulders, I'm going to turn my palms back. Again, like I'm trying to give somebody a double-handed high five behind me. That's going to make our lat muscles and our internal rotator muscles work harder today, all right? And it's also going to get a good stretch for our external rotator muscles as well, all right? So we'll do that one for 30 seconds together, all right? So let's find that starting position. We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Turn the palms. Make sure the palms are pressed together at the top. Turn them back like you're giving that double-handed high five at the end of the range of motion. Here we go. Checking my time. Very good. Keep that breathing as we go. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now from there, class, our next stretch is actually going to be the exact same starting position. All right, so I'm turning to the side. You're going to see arms lifted up to shoulder height, palms pressed together. Now what I'm going to do is turn to the front, and I'm going to open up my chest, and you see I have my arms raised up. I don't want my elbows down here. I want my arms up, and I'm going to push out my chest, pinch the shoulders back, and I'm in my goal post position, all right? This one's all about warming up the muscles of the upper back and getting that nice extension of the chest for that good posture position, all right? And we just go back and forth between goal post and then closing it back up to that same starting position, all right? We'll go for 30 seconds together in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Very good. Big chest. Pinch the shoulders in the goalpost position. I'll turn to the front again. Try your best to keep your elbows up, not letting them come down. Again, make that goalpost position. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now I'm going to let my arms come down and dangle a little bit. Now from here, I want to go into my standing torso twist, all right? The dynamic version of this stretch. So I'm going to find a good athletic position. Hips and knees are nice and bent. I am going to get my elbows up. I like to have my elbows kind of almost like I'm going to do my crossbody punch, all right? My elbows are going to be up here because I like to have them drive my movement, right? So imagine you just got a rebound in basketball and there's somebody behind you and they're trying to hit that ball out of your hand. So you're just going to turn around and you're going to elbow them, all right? Now, obviously, we don't want to actually do that in real life, but that motion, turning the body, right? Lower body stays facing forward, chest and shoulders are facing the wall. You see my elbows are driving that movement because the upper back is what's driving that motion, all right? Not the lower back. We want to have the chest turn, and we can get some of that momentum by throwing the elbow as we go, all right? So let's go for 30 seconds on each side here, or so 30 seconds total, going back and forth between turning to the right and to the left, All right, go ahead and start if you haven't already. Drive that motion with the elbow. If you get dizzy when you rotate like this, you can focus on a stationary point out in front of you. There we go. Keep that breathing in through the nose, not through the mouth. Three, two, one. Relax. Very good. Now I've got two more exercises for us here, class. They're very familiar to us. All right. They are going to be the monster walk and the side step. All right. We're going to go for 30 seconds each. And we're going to find the exact same starting position for both. All right. So I'm going to get a nice hip and knee bend, right? Turn to the side, my athletic position, chest is up, shoulders are pinched. All right, and I'm finding a depth that's gonna challenge me here. I'm gonna take some short, choppy steps forward, short, choppy steps back for the monster walk, and then short, choppy steps to the right, short, choppy steps to the left for the side step. Now, big key is those shoulders. Remember that, class. We talk about not being a weeble wobble when we do the monster walk, right? We don't want to have our shoulders moving back with our feet. We want the shoulders to stay square with the wall in front of us. And then in the side step, we want to keep our shoulders level. We don't want one shoulder dipping below the other. All right, so let's knock out both of these sets. We'll go monster walk, then side step, 30 seconds each, and then we'll hit our balance. All right, so find that athletic position. We're getting started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Short, choppy steps forward. Short, choppy steps back. Keep those shoulders square with the wall in front of you. Nice job. Keep it up. 10 seconds left, and then we're shifting to the side step. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Shake out those legs a little bit here, class. All right, let's find that athletic position, and we'll go into the side steps here. Ready? Go ahead, go right into it. Choppy steps to the left, choppy steps to the right. Keep that breathing, find that depth. That's gonna challenge your lower body muscles. Very good. Keep the chest up, pinch the shoulders. Short, choppy steps going back and forth. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, like I said, class, balance. We've got 4 sets of 20 seconds, and we're working on those 4 stances that we're really used to, right? Wide, narrow, staggered, tandem. But don't forget that we've added that 5th stance, all right? The single leg stance to this, okay? Now, the 2 movements that we're prioritizing this week and next week with our balance is once again going to be either both arms up and down at a time, all right? Or just one, all right? And remember, we're going back to those because we're introducing that single leg stance into the progression, all right? So make sure that if you're going single leg, staggered, or tandem, that you're getting an even amount of reps with your right foot or with your right foot in front. Same thing with the left foot, all right? So let's pick a stance for yourself. Pick a movement option for yourself, all right? Not just the one that I choose, but whatever's appropriate and challenging for you. I'm gonna go with a staggered stance and one arm up at a time, okay? And we're gonna get our first set of 20 seconds together in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Keep your breathing as you go. Keep your chair or your wall next to you at all times. Just in case you lose your balance a little bit. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, go ahead and switch legs if you're doing staggered, or you can do it after the second set, whatever you prefer. All right, we'll knock out our second set together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Keeping that breathing. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Checking my time. 5 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, on to set number 3. If you haven't switched your feet yet in the staggered, tandem, or single leg, do it now. I'm going to go to single leg here and both arms up at a time. I've always got my chair or wall next to me. All right. We're going to knock out set number 3 in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Keeping that breathing. Very good. Checking my time. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now we've got one more set. I'm going to switch feet one more time. And I'm going to go with one arm up at a time for my last set. All right? Again, you continue to do whatever is appropriate for you. Let's knock out this last set in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Oops, forgot which one I was doing there. There we go. Keeping that breathing. It helps if you focus on a stationary point out in front of you. Kind of like if you feel dizzy during any rotational movements, that same thing. Focusing on that stationary point out in front. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, from here, class, it's Friday. So we know that we have catch steps as a part of our power set, but we also are going to be doing our wall-assisted knee drives, right? So we have Monday, we work on extension a little bit more with those hip thrusts. On Friday, we work on flexion. We could call it Friday flexion, I guess, for the power, right? Just depends on which one we want to pair with the catch step, depending on the day. So here, class, and I'll be talking about this a little bit more later, okay? That wall plank position, right? We talk about planks every once in a while. We want to be nice and straight from the head all the way down to the ankle, okay? We don't want to be bent at the knees. We don't want to have our hips all the way out here or sunk down here. We want to be able to be flat as a plank of wood from the head to the ankle. Now from here, I can go into my knee drive, push the knee up quick. I'm pulling my toes up with it, and then coming back down nice and slow, okay? And another thing that we talk about quite a bit with this one is the breathing, right? So you want to be breathing out through your mouth as you forcefully bring your knee up from the ground, all right? And you breathe in as you come back down. We're going to alternate between right and left and back down. We're going to go with 2 sets of 30 seconds there, and then we have the catch step, same thing, 2 sets of 30 seconds on that one as well. All right, so let's get set up with our wall-assisted knee drives here. Okay, and remember, get those knees and toes up fast as you can, all right? We got our first set of 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, from here, class, I'm going to do my catch step right in the same spot because remember, for those of us who may be a little worried about losing your balance going forward on this one, we can always have that wall right there. So, again, as I always say, let gravity start you off, then your brain reacts, and we're working on get that leg out quick to catch yourself, right? So, we're going to get ourselves started with our first set of 30 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Get that foot out quick. Work on getting longer steps here as well. Getting outside that comfort zone. Just enough to work on getting those larger steps. Keep that breathing. Nice job. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That's one set down on each. Let's go to the wall-assisted knee drives. One last time. One more set of 30 seconds. All right. So again, we're establishing that wall plank. Remember the breathing here? Excuse me. We're getting ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Checking my time. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, got some gunk in my throat after that set. I'm going to turn this around, and I'll do the catch step out in the open space. All right? Remember, we can always do that out in the open space as well. All right? And actually, I'm going to give a frontal view. I talk about this when we do our forward-backward step, which is actually what we're going into shortly. But I don't talk about it as much on the catch step, and I really should, right? When we come forward, when we allow gravity to let our bodies come forward, we want to take that step with this knee pushed out, right? We talk about on our forward, backward steps, on our lunging exercises, we don't want that knee caving in. We talked about that on Wednesday in our warm-up, right? So one thing to think about as you go through, let gravity do the work and then step out with your knee aligned over your toe, all right? Let's get a set of 30 seconds going here, and then we'll move into our first set of resistance training, all right? So we're gonna get ourselves started in, hold on, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, coming forward, check out that knee. Take your time as you go back and forth. I chose the creakiest spot on the floor to stand. There we go. Maybe the whole floor is just that creaky and I don't notice. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, grab a sip of water for me, class. Catch your breath if you need to. We're going to go into our first resistance training set. Maybe that floor is always that creaky and I just don't notice it until we're actually working on our set. But our first exercise here, class, I'm going to do a little bit of a reverse, okay? We normally talk about the lower body set first, all right? But today I'm going to start with the upper body set. That's going to be our band pull apart. So you see here, I've got my band. I grab the handles, and I've already wrapped up by excess because you all know that's what I like to do with the band. Now, what I'm going to do from here is find my athletic position. As always, my arms go out straight. My palms are facing down like I'm giving everybody a knuckle bump, all right, or a fist bump. And I am going to be stretching my hands out to the wall on either side of me. I'm going to push out my chest and pinch my shoulders. I want my chest to come out and meet the band. Hopefully you can maybe see that from the side. And then I'm coming right back in, all right? Keeping my hands at shoulder height throughout the set, okay? We talk about that in cardio a lot when we do things like heel dig with press or the crossbody punch. If you notice your hands coming down, that might be because we're starting to round out our upper back, all right? So we want to keep those hands up high as we go through. I'd like to do 2 sets of 10 reps to pair with the lower body exercise that we're going to do, which happens to be those forward, backward steps that I was mentioning just a short while ago, all right? Now, the forward, backward steps are just like the catch step. They're the exact same thing. Now, we actually know that we're going to step. We're consciously making the decision to step forward as opposed to simulating that situation of losing your balance and having to regain it that we try to do in the catch step, all right? So just from a side view here, remember the range of motion that we use depends on our comfortability, all right? But again, we want to work on getting longer steps because bigger steps, bigger strides are indicative of improved function. All right, we don't want to stick with these short, shuffly little steps, okay? So we're going to go with 2 sets of 30 seconds on each side and really challenge your range of motion here, right? Exert some force on the floor to get back to your starting position, but make sure you're also not going out too wide to where now you're going to have a harder time getting back to the start, all right? There's always that kind of middle area in going out of your comfort zone. Just a little bit outside, not too far outside. Now, the last thing I'll say, I mentioned it on the catch step, check the knee, right? Keep the knee over the toe when you step out. Don't want to let it cave in like this, all right? Keep that knee pressed out. I like to push on the skin on the outside of my knee and imagine that that feeling is my knee touching that wall on the outside of my body over there, okay? So let's start off with that band pull apart, all right? I've got my band. Remember, you can grab the band here just like this, all right? If the handle's flopping around, doesn't bother you, all right? Got my handles grabbed here. I'm gonna wrap up this excess, and we're gonna knock out our first set of 10 reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out and back in. That's 1. Pinch the shoulders on every rep. That's 2. 3. Shirt comes out to meet the band. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, and 10. Very good. Now, if you want to, you can just hold on to your band and go right into your forward, backward steps, right? You don't have to put it down if you don't want to, unless if you're one of those people that does this, all right? I don't know, maybe there's a chance you could accidentally step on those handles, all right? But if you like to wrap up the excess, you could probably just hold on to it for this set. All right, but I'll do a frontal view of this forward, backward step. We're gonna go for 30 seconds together. In, hold on, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, big step out. Keep the knee over the toe. And again, you know that you're doing this now, so you can take a little bit more, a few more steps here, right? We're not waiting for gravity to push us. So you can go a little quicker here, get a few more repetitions in there. Push off the floor, keep your breathing, keep the knee over the toe. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now from here, class, I'm gonna find my band back. I'm gonna wrap up that excess. There we go. And we're gonna knock out 10 more reps together. I'm gonna find my athletic position. Let's knock this set out together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out and back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. And I'm going to set my band over here. We shouldn't need this for the rest of the session. All right, grab a sip of water, catch your breath if you need to. I'm going to go over our deadlift. Now, we work on deadlift at least once per week if we do the pillow slams to the floor as opposed to the chair, right? We use the same deadlifting mechanics that we're going to use here. All right, so I have my laundry basket. And remember, it doesn't have to be a laundry basket. I just figured all of you would have that at home. But it can be any sort of object that has raised handles, right? You could have 2 milk jugs side by side, right? Just anything that makes it so you don't have to bring your hands all the way to the floor. I know that we have to do that to pick up the pillow off the floor, but that's just kind of what we got to do, right? So from a frontal view here, I'm going to make sure my knees are staying shoved out as I bend down to address my laundry basket. So knees are shoved out, chest and eyes are staying up. I'm picking up my basket and getting full hip extension and then coming right back down to the start. Now from the side, same idea here. Chest and eyes are up. I'm shoving my knees out, but now I want to make sure from here my back is nice and flat. I don't want to be pushing my butt back too far. I don't want to have a big arch in my back, but I don't want to be rounded out either. All right, you want to find that good middle ground of spine neutrality. Come down. We're going to pick the basket right back up and bring it right back down to the floor. Now check out the hips here too. We want to push the hips back and almost have this be like a sitting back position, almost like we're sitting back onto a chair, all right? But then keeping our weight more toward the front so that we don't come backwards as we're trying to pick up our basket, all right? The last thing I'm going to talk about is going to be the hip extension. When you stand back up, pinch your glutes together, all right, and push your hips forward. Make your hips do that extra work, just like in our hip thrust, right? When we pinch our glutes here, we make those glute muscles get that extra little bit of work in, and you're going to feel that difference, all right, that difference in work being done between pinching at the end of the range of motion and not pinching, right? Just standing up and then going into the next rep, okay? That'll be 2 sets of 12 reps there for the laundry basket deadlift. Now, the next exercise that I have for us is going to be the elevated push-up, all right? So the elevated push-up, that's going to be 2 sets of 6 reps, just like with our hip thrust. But with this one, to set it up, we're basically just finding that exact same plank position that we found with our wall-assisted knee drives, all right? So if I'm at a wall, you can always choose to be at a wall for this one, all right? I'm walking my feet back, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm as flat as a plank of wood from the head down to my ankles, all right? And I'm going to do, I'll do this view. I'm so used to going over there when I do a wall exercise now. I got to remember that the push-up needs to be done over here. So the big reason why I want to have my back to you for this is because I want to talk about those elbows, right? We don't want the elbows all the way out here. We don't want the elbows grazing our rib cage as we go back and forth. We want to have our elbows fan out about 45 degrees as we do this push-up. If you see me from behind, I'm going to let myself come in. Elbows stay out about 45 degrees, and then I push against that wall, and I'm ready to go for the next rep, right? So check that elbow position. Don't forget, class, you can also use something like a chair, okay? Just to make sure that if you're going to use the chair, that you're probably going to be using the seat and that chair is braced up against a wall. All right, very important. I don't want that thing to slide around while you're trying to do your push-ups on it. Okay, so let's go with deadlift as our first exercise. I'll do a side view for this first one. All right, we're gonna knock out our first set of 12 reps together. Go ahead and address your laundry basket. We're getting started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and back down. That's 1. Pinch those glutes at the end. That's 2, 3, 4, chest and eyes up. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going to 12, 11, and 12. Very good. So that's 1 set down. Let's go to our push-ups now. All right, and actually something I can do, because I want to do our first set at the wall, or my first set at the wall. I'm going to scoot everybody a little closer. All right. And then I'm going to do my first set on the wall here. I just want to show myself from behind because I want to really show those elbows. Just remember to keep that nice plank position no matter which area in your house you choose to do this at. If it's at the wall, the chair, or even on the floor. All right, you can be doing these on the floor as well if you wanted to. But let's knock out our first set of 6 reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming down, back up. That's 1. Check those elbows. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very good. Now, let's go back to our deadlift. I'm going to do this from the frontal view this time, and I'm going to push this back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rungs over. There we go. I use the number of rungs on the wall that hold up this arm stand thing to know where I want that stand for my laptop every day. All right, so second set of the laundry basket deadlift. I'm going with a frontal view here. We've got 12 more reps together. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up, back down. That's 1. Pinch those glutes at the top. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. And shoving those knees out as we go with that one. All right, now last set. I'm gonna get these kettlebells out of here. That spot in my hand is still sore this morning. But I'm gonna do these ones on my chair. And I'm just gonna stick the back of that chair up against the wall there. There we go. Hopefully I don't hit my head on this railing thing. But I've got 6 more reps to go. Find your wall, find your chair, whatever place in your home you're comfortable with. We're gonna knock out 6 more reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming down, back up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very good. Now, that is it for our second superset. Let's go into our third one here. All right, our third one with our core and our shoulder work. Grab a sip of water here, catch your breath if you need to. I'm gonna go over the core exercise first, all right? And with a lot of our core exercises, we can be either in the chair or on the floor, okay? So this one today is going to be our alternating leg lifts, all right? Now, with this, what I'm gonna do is I want to allow my body to rest on the back of the seat, okay? Now that's opposite. If we were doing Russian twist, remember we don't want to have our body just relaxing here, okay? We want to be leaning forward so that our abs have to work against gravity while we twist back and forth, okay? But with this one, I'm okay. Let the back come here, relax on the back of the chair, and you see I'm extending my legs out. We don't have to be in a perfect plank, okay? But I want to get my body as straight as possible. And all I'm going to do from here is lift one leg up, bring it back down, lift another leg up, and bring it back down. We're going to alternate between right and left here, okay? Now, if we want to make this tougher from the chair, what we can do is lift both legs up and right back down. Now, what I'll do to kind of give myself some extra stability is I'll take my hands and I'll grab the bottom of the seat, all right? And then that'll help me stay in place as I go up and down with both legs, okay? Now, the floor option, nothing really changes. All I'm doing now is going to the floor here. I can lift one leg up at a time, or I can lift both. And this is gonna make my core work even more. Both legs up and down at a time, all right? So that'll be 2 sets of 30 seconds for that one. Now the shoulder exercise that I wanna pair, there's my light dumbbells. The shoulder exercise that I wanna pair with this today is gonna be my, the goalposts, all right? The goalpost exercise. So we already kind of worked on goalpost a little bit, at least finding that position, right, with our shoulder in and outs that we did in the warm-up. Now here, what I'm gonna do is I'll have a little different starting position, all right? So I have my light dumbbells. You can always go with lighter weight or no weight with this. I just recommend the lighter dumbbells if you want that resistance. But you see me here from the side, I'm keeping my wrist straight. I don't have it bent or falling. I'm keeping my wrist straight with my forearm, and my lids are closed, right? We're pretending that our forearms are the lids on the cookie jar, something like that. Then we're coming up and right back down, all right? You see my wrist stays at a constant position as I go. Then from the front, we see the actual goalpost, right? I'm keeping my elbows up. I don't want to let them sink, right? I want to actually make a nice field goal post there, okay? And remember that we're pinching our shoulders back and pushing our chest out as we find that good goal post position, all right? So let's start off with our alternating leg lifts. I'll do the first set from the chair and the second set from the floor, all right? So finding my chair here. First set from the chair, second set from the floor. I think I said that right. Okay, I'll go single leg here for this one. All right, find your position. We're gonna get ourselves started in, hold on, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Just going back and forth. Or we can go double leg. Both legs up and down, or just one. Tense up your core here. Ten seconds left, keep it up. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. That's one set down. Let's find our weights For the goal post, remember we do not have to use weight for this one. I'll go with a side view for this set, all right? So I've got my weights here, finding my good wrist, nice straight wrist, staying constant with the forearm, right? We're gonna knock out 15 reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up and back down. That's 1. Pinch those shoulders back. That's 2. Nice big chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. That's 1 set down. Remember, rotator cuff work should feel like a burning, all right? A burning in the shoulders as you go. Now, I'm gonna stay on the floor here. This second set will be from the floor for me. I'm gonna go single leg, alternating leg lift, and we're gonna go for 30 seconds. All right, let's get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and back down, back and forth between the right and the left. Keep your breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Ten seconds left, keep it up. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now from here, let's go into our last set of our goal posts. I'll do a frontal view this time, and I'll scoot over so that my right arm isn't covered by those boxes. All right. So I've got my light weights here. We're gonna knock out 1 more set of 15 reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and back down. That's 1. Pinch the shoulders back, big chest. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. Roll those light dumbbells away from my feet because we've got cardio coming up next, class. Don't want to have anything to trip me up. Now, I'm going to go over, I'm going to make sure I remember what these exercises are. I might as well check attendance while I'm here, kind of like I do with the cool down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alrighty. I know one of my cardio. I forgot the other one. Oops. Oh, there we go. That's what it is. That makes sense. All right. I have all my plans set up so that they make sense. That way I remember them better, but I couldn't that time. There we go. Or they make sense to me. I don't know if they make sense to everybody else, but there we go. So the first exercise I have for us here, class, is going to be the modified burpee. All right. So what I mean by having the exercise makes sense is we just did our elevated push-up, right? So that the modified burpee is almost kind of like doing the elevated push-up from the floor. All right. It's the same position. So that's why I like to pair those ones together. So that way I remember it for the cardio, but it failed me this time. But anyway, modified burpee. Remember, we have 2 different ways we can do this, okay? I'm always going to be starting off standing, okay? Then my hands are gonna come to my chair seat. I'm going to either step back and step back up, or I can jump back and jump back up, Either way, class, no matter what you do, when you bring your feet back to your chair, you're gonna stand up, give a little clap, all right? We don't wanna forget that part because that standing up and getting back down is a part of our cardio, right? Standing up and getting back down, that's one of the reasons why we don't do that in the cool down, right? We talk about going from standing to sitting to lying down and not going back and forth because that getting up and getting back down is going to create a cardiovascular response in you that we don't want in the cool down, but we want it here. All right? So 3 sets of 45 seconds for the modified burpee. Now, the exercise that I want to pair with that is going to be our step overs. Okay? Now, with the step overs, we just want to find a line on the floor, or we can find an imaginary line on the floor. That works too. But I'm going to find my athletic position, and I'm going to walk to this cadence. I'm going to find my line. I'm going to go over, over, back, back, right? Over, over, back, back, all right? It's kind of a less exciting version of our V-step, if you want to think about it that way, right? With the V-step, we go out wide and come back in. With the step over, it's a little more simple, I guess, just going forward and back, over and over. But my goal for that is that we can kind of move our feet a little bit quicker in the step over than we might be able to in the V-step. And you might be able to move your feet pretty quickly with that V-step anyway, right? But that step over, I really want to see, I won't be able to see it, but I want to see those feet moving back and forth. Obviously, stay comfortable. Don't go so fast that you lose your balance, okay? So that's kind of the goal of that movement there, all right? That will also be 3 sets of 45 seconds, okay? So let's actually start off with our modified burpee here, our first set. Remember, 3 sets of 45 seconds. We're gonna get ourselves started in, hold on, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. I'm doing the step back first. Keep your breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Hopefully your chair is pushed up against a wall so that it isn't sliding like mine is. Checking my time. Nice job. So you got 20 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. Keep it up. Don't forget that collapse. Stand back up and get back down. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Relax and reset. Step overs. Find your line. Over, over, back, back. Move those feet. Find a good pace that's going to challenge you. There we go. Just a nice over, over, back, back. Moving those feet nice and quick, as quickly as you're comfortable. Got about 15 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. Nice job. Keep that nice tall posture as well. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Back to the burpee. I'm doing the jump back here. I'm trying not to push too hard. I don't want my chair to slide. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Find that pace. It's going to challenge you here as well, class. Either the step back or the jump back. Checking my time. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. Checking my time again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Step overs. Once again, it's hard to check my watch during the modified burpee because I kind of have to use both my hands to keep my face from hitting the seat of my chair. Very good. Second time through on the step overs. Got about 20 seconds left to your class. Keep it up. There's people lining up outside the door. Hopefully you can't hear them. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth here. Checking my time. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Back to the modified burpee. Last time through. Go ahead. Very nice. Last time through on this one. One more set of the step overs, and then we're off to the cool down. Checking my time. 5 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Step overs. Last time through. I'm actually going to do a side view here. Check that posture. As you fatigue, check your posture. Eyes up, chest up. Keep those arms moving with your step as well. Nice flat back. Find that good pace. Back and forth. 15 seconds left to your class. Keep it up. Nice job. Checking my time. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. All righty. We don't do that modified burpee very often. I think I only have it once in our 12-day cycle. You see hands on the top of the head over there. Getting our breath back. I see a thumb there. There we go. Let me know when we're ready to go for our cool down. There's a big thumb right there. Thank you very much, Steve. You can definitely see that one. It's like we're doing a thumb war. All righty. I think we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna go out of gallery, full screen. All righty. So, first exercise that I have for us today, class, we're kind of sticking with some of our classics today. And I'm kind of thinking about it. I don't really know why I had us do standing torso twist today. I might have had that in there by mistake because we didn't do any rotation. So why we do rotation in our warm-up? So I'm gonna have to go and fix that later. But anyway, let's start off your class with our arm reach across. All right, I'm gonna find a good athletic position. Hips and knees are bent. And what I'm gonna do is, as always, pinch my shoulder back, get my shoulder blade locked in place, and then I'm gonna press my arm into my chest as I get that nice reach across. All right, now the idea, don't put the hand on the elbow, put it on the forearm or the upper arm. Let's go for 30 seconds here together. Go ahead. Again, keep the shoulder locked in place. Keep the shoulder blade locked in place. That's why we get that good pinch at the start. And then just push your arm into your chest as you reach across. 10 seconds to go, and then we'll switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let that arm come down and dangle. Let's do the same thing now on the other side. I'm going to pinch my shoulder back, get the shoulder and shoulder blade locked in, then push my arm into my chest. Go ahead for 30 more. Keeping that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. Then we're going to move to our standing chest stretch at the wall. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Let that arm come down and dangle. Now, like I said, class, standing chest stretch at the wall. This time, right, we talk about how you can emphasize shoulder, you can emphasize chest, depending on the angle of your arm. All right, today, what I want to do is emphasize chest. So I'm going to place my hand up a little higher on the wall. Oops, I got a better angle than that. There we go. I'm going to put my hand a little higher on the wall and turn away from it. Emphasize the chest musculature a little bit more. You're still getting shoulder, but now we're just focusing more on the chest because we worked more on the push-ups today than the front of the shoulder. All right, let's get 30 more seconds here. Go ahead. Keeping that breathing. Try to keep your hips and your knees in a good athletic position as we go. 10 seconds left, and then we're going to switch sides, do the same thing on the other side here. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Let your arm come down and dangle. And now I'm just going to do some mime work here and just pretend that I have my wall here. I'm going to put my hand up nice and high, turn away from that wall. 30 more seconds. Very good. Keeping that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as always. We're making great time today, class. 5 seconds left. Keep it up all the way through. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now from here, I want to go into the modified sleeper stretch because we did focus on those rotator cuff muscles, specifically the external rotators. So now we're going to internally rotate to get those to stretch. All right, same thing that we did in the warm-up when we turned our palms backward and then pressed our hands back. We did that internal rotation movement to stretch those muscles. All right, so now we're gonna do the same thing. Got my arm up here in the arm wrestling position, out to the side a little bit, and then a gentle push down. All right, go ahead and start with me if you haven't already. We'll get 30 more seconds on each side. Then I've got 2 lower body stretches for us, and then we'll be done for the day, done for the week. Halfway through, keep it up. Again, be gentle with your wrist. We don't want to harm the shoulder by pushing on that arm too hard. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. I always like to let those arms come down and dangle. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Fan that arm out slightly, and we pour the pot of coffee, push gently on the wrist. Go ahead for 30 more seconds. My watch is right where I like to push down on my wrist on this hand. Or this arm, I should say. 15 seconds left, keep it up. Keeping that breathing as well. Checking my time. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now I'm gonna find my chair here or my wall, either one, and we're gonna go over our 3 classic quadricep stretches. I have my staggered stance quadricep stretch, lifting the back heel, press the hip forward, and bend that back knee, all right? Or, oops, I forgot one. We could go with the standing quad pull or the chair assisted lunge, all right? Either way, we're keeping good balance, keeping good posture. We'll get 30 seconds on each side here, all right? Go ahead and start, pick one, Go ahead and start if you haven't already. We'll go 30 seconds from right now. Kind of like with the supine stretch class, we want to have the leg pushed back on this assisted chair lunge. The length, how far it goes back, is really dependent on your height. It depends on the height of your chair. Just keep that in mind as you go. 5 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now switch legs here, class. I'm going to do a different one for our last 30 seconds. I'll do the standing quad pull here. Go ahead. Keep that breathing. Keep that balance. If you're doing one of the 2 standing stretches, right, you can work on your balance here a little bit more as well. Let your hand hover over the chair. And then if you feel like you're going to lose your balance, you can grab it. All right? A little extra balance work here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now the final one that I have for us is going to be our hamstring stretch. So I got my chair here. I'm going to scoot to the front, dig my heels in, and we're going to knock out 40 seconds on this stretch together. Remember, as always, big chest, pinch the shoulders, and then get a nice forward lean. All right, 40 seconds right here. Go ahead and start if you haven't already. Keep that breathing, keep that posture. Favorite stretch of all time right here. Still got 20 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Keeping that posture as well. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That's all that I have for you for today, class. I want to thank you all so much for participating once again. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. I'll see you on